eyes for just a few seconds and imagine yourself running up a hill. You've already done quite a bit of running, so you're getting a little exhausted. You're starting to breathe heavily, your heart is pumping a little harder, your legs are starting to give out. You can open your eyes now. Whether or not you make it to the top of that hill depends largely on two things. One, whether or not you think you can make it, and two, what kind of hydration and sustenance you've been relying on. For as long as there have been athletes, there have been people trying to provide these athletes with a food that gives them everything, all of what they need, and none of what they don't need. This food is the supplement. Supplements exist for three main purposes today. To aid with muscle gain, fat loss, and to provide sustained energy for extended periods of time. And they come in many different forms, but one of the most popular ones is in the powder. Now, there are many different ways of taking the powder. The most popular way of doing that is in the form of a shake, which is this. The way you handle one of these is you first pour in just a few spoonfuls of whatever supplement you're using, and then you pour in the liquid, which depends on what the supplement you put in. And it measures how much is in there on the side, so you don't have to. And then you add in this thing, which is very similar to a whisk. It serves the same purpose. You put it in there, it's supposed to prevent the supplement itself from clumping together and preventing you from getting the maximum benefit. And after it's in there, you screw on the lid and shake it up. And that's what a protein shake is, when people tell you they're using a protein shake. And of all the different types of supplements there are, three of the most popular ones are whey, casein, and creatine. The purpose of whey is it's typically taken immediately after a workout. It's supposed to provide the body with a quick dose of protein to help recover from the workout itself. And it has numerous advantages. Because it's pure protein, it's considered all natural, so it's considered a safe supplement. A lot of people like this one, except it also has a few disadvantages. The process of which this supplement is made it involves so many machines and chemicals that when the superfluous constituents are being removed, some of the nutritional value could also be removed. An example of this would be an Italian bodybuilder, Franco Colombo. When he was 19 years old, he took whey for the first time, and that was also the first time in his life that he got fat. The reason for this is because the whey he was taking had been almost totally nutritionally deprived, and he was just filling his body with extra calories. Unfortunately, when you're at the store looking to buy some whey, you'll see a line of jars full of whey, and you won't know which ones are good and which ones aren't. It's just one of the risks. Another example is casein. Oh, I'm sorry. When discussing in whey, one way to avoid.
Keep going.
When taking whey, another thing to consider is your liver. Because it's taking a quick dose of this pure protein, some potential damage could be caused. And so one way to avoid this is to take it in cycles. Take 3 weeks, so there are 3 weeks when you're taking whey, and then 3 weeks of not taking it, and then this cycle, so on and so forth. The next one as I mentioned, was casein. This one is usually taken before a workout, or during the day in between meals, things like that. It provides the body with energy for an extended period of time. And this one appeals mostly to those people at the gym, the really skinny guys who have a tough time putting on mass, whether it's muscle or fat or what. However, a couple of the disadvantages with this one of them, according to Dr. Zellman in some of her writings, is that because it fills the stomach with all this nutrition, with all this mass, it'll stay in there for an extended period of time, and you may have a lack of appetite for an extended period of time, in which case you may be nutritionally deprived of some of the other things that you'll need. Also, she says that one of the main purpose of casein, which is a quick load of energy, this can also be done by something as simple as a candy that provides you with a whole lot of sugar and not a whole lot of fat, such as gummy bears or pixie sticks or something. Another disadvantage to both casein and whey, according to Greg Plitt, a former Army Ranger, he's currently a fitness model, is that if you use them for a while, eventually your body becomes immune to it. So casein, just like whey, a good way to take it is in 3-week cycles, 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off, just like that, to avoid building up an immunity to it. The last one I mentioned was creatine. This one is highly controversial. A lot of people disagree on it, and these are all people who would probably be looking for different things in a supplement. This one can be taken both before and after a workout. It provides the body with energy and with essential nutrients to help recover. Now, a lot of people disagree on this one, like I said. An example of what I mean is, my dad used to be an avid soccer player in college. And in his experience, he disagrees with creatine because, well, he told me a story about how he knew some guys who they were on the field and they just randomly collapsed. Not because they were dehydrated, not because they weren't stretching properly. So he's inclined to believe that it was because the creatine was found in their lockers later. However, a friend of mine who was a college boxer, in fact he was a Golden Gloves champion, I asked him for his opinion on supplements, on some that he likes and some that he doesn't like. And when he was telling me about the supplements that he thinks are good, what was the first thing he said? Yeah, it was creatine. So this one is largely disagreed upon. However, there was a big exercise scientist named Dr. Jim Stoppani. He's a senior science editor of numerous magazines, such as Muscle and Fitness, Muscle and Performance, Men's Health, and plenty others. And he's got an athletic background. Creatine is actually one of his favorite things on the market. In numerous articles of his, one of them being the Protein Guide, which is a certain section of Muscle and Fitness magazine in the monthly issues, he says that creatine is actually one of the best things you can put in your body, regardless of what time of day it is. If it's before the workout, after the workout, or sometime during the day, in between meals, he thinks very highly of creatine. However, whenever you're buying a supplement, you should always avoid things if the person selling it to you includes words like it's magic, or instant, or guaranteed, or if he tells you there was a recent breakthrough at his lab, or if he doesn't even tell you his name, or who he got his credentials from, or even what his credentials are. Those are all things you should avoid. However, if you're talking to the right people, and you have the right kind of sources, then there is a supplement that'll work for you regardless of what your intentions are. And with the right kind of supplement, you will be able to make it to the top of the hill that I mentioned earlier.
Excellent. Thank you.